Welcome to APIplatform.io, a no-code platform for backend services by creating and connecting with APIs. Let us see how to consume the Data Access API in Business Logic API with APIplatform.io. Log into the development partner environment. Click on Create from the left navigation menu and select Business Logic API. Here, we'll have to fill in the required fields like API name, version, executor method, category, and other fields for API registration. You can also configure required attributes under headers, authorization, parameters, and request body. Let's build our business logic by taking an example of adding 10% interest amount to the balance for all the savings account using the existing Data Access API. Under My API section, let's navigate to Accounts. Select and drag the Get Accounts API. Let us obtain balance amount of all the savings account. To fetch the records of savings account from the existing data, add the filter condition under the parameter section. To access the API response, navigate to API Builder and select the block under API Attributes. From the drop-down menu, let's select the required response attribute. For now, let's select the response body. Iterating through each of the objects, let's get values of IDs and balance amount. Now let's calculate and add the 10% interest to the balance amount. To update the balance amount, select the Patch Accounts block and drag it into this section. In the Patch block, we'll have to pass the IDs of respective accounts. Let's pass the updated balance amount as value in the JSON key value pair block, which will be passed in the payload. Return success or failure status as API response. Let's test the API by clicking on the test option available here. Block results under test log will display the results of all the subsequent API calls. The final result of the API can be found under the API response. Here we can see the balance amount of all the savings account has got updated. Execution logs tell you the detailed flow of the API execution. Click on Save or Deploy the API. We can find the deployed API under Business Logic APIs in the control plane. Ease your development experience using Business Logic Builder in APIplatform.io.